Donald Trump's government picks are falling faster than his approval ratings, and today's implosion might be his most humiliating yet. Another nominee has crashed, burned, and been scraped off the Senate floor like political roadkill. Because apparently, when it comes to hiring, Trump has a simple rule. You must hate democracy, you must love dictators, and ideally, you must have a swastika in your camera roll. And this time, the Republicans aren't laughing.
We're going to turn now to some breaking news on one of President Trump's most controversial nominees, Paul Ingrassia, who was tapped to lead the Office of Special Counsel, announcing he is withdrawing his name from consideration after allegations of racism surfaced following a report in Politico where they published a series of text messages he had allegedly sent within a group chat.
Yeah, that's right. Trump tried to appoint a literal Nazi sympathizer to the Office of Special Counsel. You know, the one designed to enforce ethics and prevent abuse of power. That's like putting a fox in charge of chicken safety. And this isn't even the first time this month Trump's hiring choices have gone up in flames. If you thought Paul Ingrassia's Adolf but make it fashion vibe was bad, just wait for the next guy. Meet Amir Ghalib, Trump's pick for ambassador to Kuwait, which, on paper, sounds like a pretty simple job. Smile, shake hands, and don't publicly praise the guy who invaded Kuwait. But apparently, even that bar was a bit too high.
It is a great honor to be nominated by President Trump to serve as the U.S. ambassador to the state of Kuwait.
What started as a routine confirmation hearing soon turned into a heated debate.
No yes or no. You didn't. Do you agree with the president's position or not?
I think we can coexist.
This idea that your personal views don't matter is ridiculous.
Does that qualify as anti-Semitism?
I don't agree with this, Senator.
You're not answering my question.
Amir Ghalib in the hot seat Thursday. The Hamtramck mayor is nominated to be the next ambassador to Kuwait. But senators from both parties pushed Ghalib hard on past comments about Middle Eastern politics.
You called Saddam Hussein a martyr after Iran fired missiles at American troops in Iraq.
You liked a post that called Jews monkeys for their own benefit.
Ghalib tried to defend himself, saying his comments were taken out of context, and many of the social media posts were made as a private citizen, insisting he's not anti-Semitic. But many senators didn't seem convinced.
I, for one, am not going to be able to support your confirmation.
I don't think you are qualified to serve in this role, and I think that you have dug your hole deeper today.
You know, it's like watching a man trying to dig himself out of a sinkhole with a plastic spoon. Senators from both parties were practically begging him to say anything coherent. But Ghalib just kept twisting himself into knots like he was auditioning for Cirque du Bigot. And here's the kicker. Trump thought this was the perfect guy to represent America in Kuwait. The same Kuwait Saddam Hussein tried to annex in 1990. That's not diplomacy, that's performative trauma. And even Republicans couldn't stomach it. The Senate shut this down faster than Rudy Giuliani's last brain cell. According to the Washington Post, neither party is backing Ghalib, not after his anti-Semitic social posts and Saddam love letters surfaced. Because even by Trump's bottomless barrel of personal disasters, this one managed to hit magma. It's like he went digging for talent and came up with a spoonful of sewage. Now you almost have to admire the consistency. Trump's version of draining the swamp is apparently just refilling it with fascists, racists, and reality show contestants. We had a real-world cast member running transportation. We had a pillow salesman advising on national security. And now we've got nominees who treat war criminals like rock stars and think Jews are monkeys. This isn't a cabinet, it's a hate rally. And the worst part, he's not even learning from it. Republicans are quietly panicking because they know how this looks. You can't win swing voters with candidates who make David Duke look moderate. Trump's gift to the GOP is a never-ending conveyor belt of embarrassment. He's turned government nominations into America's Got Bigots. The Washington Post reports that sources close to the Senate Foreign Relations Committee reveal that Ghalib has failed to win support from Democrats or Republicans. The lack of support stems from comments praising Saddam Hussein and criticising Israel. Now that's Washington speak for everyone in the room facepalmed so hard they needed an MRI scan. And just to add insult to idiocy, the White House hasn't even withdrawn his name yet, meaning Trump's team is out there pretending it's all fine while their nominee is politically DOA. This is what happens when you build a loyalty cult instead of a government. The competent ones fled years ago, and now all that's left are the freaks who think a coup is a resume builder. Republicans are finally starting to revolt, not because they suddenly found their moral compass, but because they realize this chaos is contagious. They can smell the rot, and they're scrambling for distance. But here's the bad news for them. You can't outrun a sinking ship when you're the ones who built it. This is the Trump doctrine in action. Surround yourself with sycophants, fascists, and fringe weirdos until the only people left defending you are the ones under federal investigation. It's poetic in a dumpster fire kind of way. The man promised to hire the best people. What we got instead was the world's worst remake of The Apprentice. Except this time, the losers don't get fired, they just get indicted. So Trump's latest pick just backfired spectacularly. The Senate revolted, the GOP is embarrassed, and the American people are once again reminded that this man couldn't pass a basic HR background check at a Wendy's. If this is the caliber of leadership in Trump's America, maybe it's time for the country to start hiring too. Because at this point, even the swamp is fighting for unemployment. If you're tired of watching corruption dressed up as greatness, hit subscribe. The more sunlight we shine on this circus, the faster it will burn. And if you enjoyed this video, consider sharing it with your friends because it really helps a lot. Thanks for being here. I'll see you in the next one.